Thanks for staying with us. You're still on to Good Morning Nigeria on the network service of the NTA. Up next on the program is Newspaper Review.
Right, and Chukwudi Okolubaja is right here in the studio to do the usual, perhaps in an unusual way today. Good morning.
I'm here with my government height, yet very profound in terms of self-expression.
That's what we're talking about.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Good to see you.
You're looking at me as if I'm Mission Impossible. Please give me a positive outlook.
Chooks, you're welcome this morning. What do you have for us?
Yeah, after you.
Well, I guess we begin. Let me start with the Business NG this morning. And the lead story here reads, SEC tenure rule, capital market operators jittery over looming shakeup. Right, that's for the business guys. And just above it, in that tiny red strip, FCCPC slams multi-choice CEO directors with criminal charges for obstructing probe. You can get details of that on page 2. And above the nameplate, Senate extends 2024 capital budget to December 2025. Details are also on page 2. And still on page 2, SDP suspends national chairman Gabam over alleged financial misconduct. And further down the line, 7 states break away from NERC, take over power regulation. That's interesting. And finally, on the page, the front page of the Business NG, DMO raises 100 billion naira from oversubscribed bond auction. You can also get details of that on page 2. And off to this Nigeria we go, which has just a couple of stories, I guess. IGP 28 arrested in Benue massacre. 22 others held over Plateau wedding killings, beg your pardon. And that story is on page 2. And just beside the nameplate, Tinubu commissions Idu Zuba Road. Roads are foundation of economic growth, says Wike. And that story is on page 7. Demola.
Well, I have the Daily Trust newspaper, and just the major headline reads, INEC to PDP adhered to Supreme Court judgment. The details of the story can be found on page 3 and page 4. Chooks?
Yeah. Thank you, Demola. You were talking about some people breaking away from the NERC. Mm-hmm. Is it going
states taking control?
7 states, yeah. That promulgation or that law was actually perfected under the Buhari, government. And we all applauded it. Some of the things that are on the exclusive list should actually not be there. That is the crux of this search for a new constitution or a constitution that is modified to remove some powers from the center and maybe see whether that could lead to better development, faster development. So the important thing is the action legal? If the action is legal, there's nothing wrong with it, because we are all applauding the Aba scenario where electricity hardly blinks. What's the name of the company now that Nnaji, has a hand in?
Trying to remember.
They are doing so well. So if the breaking away would mean better supply of power, energy to the people for necessary use, let them go ahead and break away more. That's my take on the matter. There's
IGP 28 arrested in Benue massacre.
That's what I want to hear. 28 arrested. Remember the president's question.
22 others held over Plateau wedding killings.
Now we are talking.
Yes.
Now we are talking.
Yes.
I nearly called you Tinubu. Demola, now we are talking. Mm-hmm. You can't keep on hearing this same song about murders on the highway.
And there is no arrest.
And there are no arrests.
No
you
arrest
begin to
made.
ask, how sincere are Nigerians to Nigerians? These people are doing this in broad daylight. They are laying vehicles on the highway and doing things that the eyes should not see nor the ears hear. And nobody is arrested. So let us see where it goes from there. The job of the media now is to follow the story. Because suddenly journalists in Nigeria have become, touch and go journalists.
What do you
We
mean
do
by
not
that?
trail the story anymore. You must follow the story to a logical conclusion. Let them see that these people are taken into the stage of prosecution and culpability punished adequately. Then people will begin to know that we are serious about this matter.
Indeed.
I'm really very, very happy about it.
Of
I
course,
am.
so long as there's proper investigation and it is the right people that getting punished, I think that works.
No, I don't think we have too many cases of miscarriage in our judicial system. They say to err is human. There is no way a few mistakes would not be made from time to time. But I think on the whole, the Nigerian judiciary, follows diligently, what should be done to ensure that the right people, give account for their crimes. There's this one about, is it the PDP you read there?
Yes, PDP versus INEC.
Since the Sunday Ude Okoye saga with Anyanwu, who lost a bid to become Imo State governor, then wanted to reclaim his position.
Returned.
And the appeals court in Enugu, promoted the Okoye position, which the Supreme Court later quashed and said that the party still has a right to choose its own leaders. PDP has not gone beyond that point. And you ask yourself, how ready are they for elections then? How serious are they about it? We want good opposition to the ruling APC. Plurality helps democracy thrive better. It's as simple as that. Let's increase our scope of choice. We want it. But the way the PDP is going, I'm not so sure that they are really getting ready for 2027. My opinion, please. That's my opinion. That's it.
We just hope that they will put their house in order, Well,
you read something about multi-choice. I wanted to hear is about reducing what I pay to watch EPL. But that's
Did I read
not in that
multi-choice?
direction,
did you read anything about multi-choice?
I'm trying to see that. Then it must be on the front page of the Business NG.
Yeah, you
I'm not sure
mentioned
indeed.
it. But then the capital market positions
capital
that are
market.
now being, rearranged statutorily is giving some people the jitters because they don't know who is quite qualified now to.
Okay, it's FCCPC versus multi-choice.
Yes,
Slamming multi-choice CEO and directors with criminal charges for obstructing
exactly.
probe. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, Chooks, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for...
Have a nice day, gentlemen.
Yeah, okay, you too.
Have a great day.
All right, we'll take a break now. When we return, the conversation will kick off. Stay with us.